Most people think they know their dogs pretty well. They know what food their dog likes, what toys they destroy in 5 minutes, and even the exact spot on their belly that gets that back leg kicking. But here's the wild truth. Your dog knows way more about you than you think. In fact, your dog might know things about you that even your closest friends don't. And no, this isn't just feel-good talk. It's backed by science, dog psychology, and behavior research. Some of the things your dog picks up on will blow your mind, and might even make you wonder if they have a sixth sense. Let's start with the most basic, but also the most powerful, thing your dog knows about you: your emotions. Dogs are emotional detectives. They've evolved over tens of thousands of years to live alongside humans. Over that time, they became experts at reading us, not just our words, but our tone of voice, facial expressions, body movements, and even our scent. Studies show that dogs can distinguish between human emotions just by looking at our faces: sadness, happiness, anger, fear. They read it like a book. But it gets deeper. A study from the University of Naples found that when a human cried, their dog didn't just watch. They came over and comforted them, even if they weren't their owner. That's empathy. Your dog doesn't just know you're upset. They feel it with you. It's almost like they emotionally sync with their human. But that's just the beginning. Dogs don't just know how you feel, they know when you're sick, and they don't need to be trained medical dogs to figure it out. You've probably heard stories of dogs sniffing out cancer, low blood sugar, or even seizures before they happen. But here's the crazy part. This is all thanks to their sense of smell. While humans have around 5 million scent receptors, dogs have over 300 million. That's like comparing a broken radio to a surround sound system. They can detect changes in your sweat, your breath, even the subtle chemical shifts that happen in your body when you're getting sick, sometimes long before symptoms show up. There are even cases of dogs detecting pregnancy in their humans before a test did. They start acting clingy, protective, or just weird. That's because they're sensing hormonal changes. Your body is literally sending out new scent signals, and your dog picks up on it like a walking medical scanner. Now, here's where things get spooky. Your dog knows your routine better than your smartwatch does. Ever notice how your dog knows when you're about to leave for work, before you even put your shoes on? Or how they magically appear by the door a few minutes before you get home, even if it's a different time than usual? This isn't just habit. It's a mix of behavioral observation and even time scent tracking. Yes, time has a smell, at least to dogs. Alexandra Horowitz, a canine cognition expert, found that dogs can actually smell time. When you leave the house, your scent slowly fades in the air. Your dog learns how strong your scent is when you're gone for a certain amount of time. As it gets weaker, they know you're probably coming back soon. That's why they're sitting at the window when you pull in, even if you didn't tell anyone when you were coming. But it's not just about time. Dogs are also behavior hackers. They watch you more closely than you think, not just when you're talking to them, but all the time. They know when you're stressed, not just from your tone, but from the way you walk, how you sit, how fast you're breathing, and yes, even how you're scrolling on your phone. If you sigh more than usual, fidget, or even tap your foot anxiously, your dog notices. Some dogs will try to calm you down. Others might get anxious themselves. They mirror your energy. If you're relaxed, they're relaxed. If you're tense, they get tense. They literally reflect your emotional world like a fluffy little emotional mirror. But dogs aren't just picking up on your daily mood. They know who you trust and who you don't. In an experiment, dogs watched their owners struggle to open a container. Two strangers offered help. One was kind and helpful, the other rude and dismissive. Later, when the two strangers offered treats, the dogs overwhelmingly picked the kind one. Even though the owner was the one who had the interaction, the dog watched, analyzed, and judged. That means your dog is constantly sizing up the people around you. They know when someone makes you uncomfortable, even if you try to hide it. They sense it in your body language and tone. And they remember. They might even act distant or cold to people they've seen stress you out. And honestly, they're probably right. Here's another wild thing. Your dog can even smell your past. Everywhere you go, you leave scent trails. Other animals might use it for hunting, but dogs use it to build a full picture of your world. If you visit another dog or someone with strong emotions, fear, excitement, stress, you bring that scent home, and your dog reads it like a gossip magazine. They know who you were with, how you felt, and maybe even what kind of food you had. They don't just know where you've been, they know how you were while you were there. And get this, your dog might even know your secrets. There are stories, not fully proven by science but supported by strong observation, of dogs picking up on human behavior changes that even close family members missed. A man starts drinking again after months of sobriety. No one notices. But the dog starts acting strange, hiding, not making eye contact. Days later, the truth comes out. The dog knew. It sounds extreme, but it's really not. Dogs are constantly observing us. They track patterns. When something breaks that pattern, emotionally, physically, or chemically, they pick up on it. In a way, your dog is a living lie detector. If everything so far hasn't convinced someone that dogs are deeply tuned into us, then buckle up, because there's even more. One of the most underappreciated things about dogs is their memory of you. Not just what you look like or what you feed them, but how you make them feel. Unlike humans, dogs don't remember events as a timeline of moments. Instead, they store experiences emotionally. That means your dog won't remember the exact day you took them to the park 3 weeks ago, but they will remember how joyful and free they felt with you. If that memory is linked to your scent, your voice, and your body language, it becomes something powerful, something lasting. This is why rescue dogs often react with fear or aggression to certain voices, body types, or even smells. Their brains instantly associate those things with the emotion they once felt: fear, sadness, or abandonment. And on the flip side, that's also why your dog lights up when you simply walk into the room. They don't just see you, they feel everything you've ever made them feel, all at once. But the emotional memory of a dog doesn't stop at humans. It extends into environments. Your dog might become uneasy at a certain park or building, not because of what's happening there now, but because of what happened before. Their emotional radar scans the place, remembers a vibe, and reacts accordingly. This emotional radar also helps dogs sense things most humans miss entirely, like when something's off in the household. And we're not talking about spilled dog food or someone stepping on their squeaky toy. Dogs are extremely sensitive to tension between people. If you've ever had an argument in front of your dog, you might have noticed they get anxious. Maybe they whimper, pace, or hide. Sometimes they'll even try to interrupt you, bark, or physically wedge themselves between two people. This isn't a random reaction. It's a protective instinct combined with emotional confusion. Your dog doesn't understand the words, but they deeply understand the tone, the energy, the eye contact, the rising voices. To them, it's a sign of danger in their pack, and they want to fix it. That's right, dogs see humans as their pack, and that pack instinct runs deep. Dogs don't just want to fit in with your routines, they crave harmony. When the energy of the pack feels off, when someone is sad, angry, or disconnected, they sense it immediately, even if no one says a word. Another incredible layer to this is how dogs understand your attention. Think about this. Have you ever had your dog do something just to get you to look at them? Maybe they bark randomly, nudge your hand with their nose, or start doing zoomies across the living room. Sure, it's funny, but it's also strategic. Dogs are extremely attuned to when you're focused on them and when you're distracted. They know the difference between genuine attention and the kind of fake I'm listening glance you give while scrolling through your phone. In fact, one study from Kyoto University showed that dogs are more likely to trust people who actually pay attention to them, and will avoid people who pretend to help but show no real interest. It's a shocking thought. Your dog can tell when you're faking it. That's not just adorable, that's profound. It means dogs have expectations for how we connect with them. They don't just want your presence, they want your presence with purpose. And here's something that gets almost no attention, but is absolutely fascinating. Dogs might be able to recognize your voice in a crowd. Researchers played recordings of their owners' voices through hidden speakers while dogs were surrounded by strangers. The dogs were able to pick out their human's voice almost instantly, even when they hadn't seen them. Their ears perked up. Their tails started wagging. Some even ran toward the speaker. To us, every voice might blend into background noise. But to a dog, your voice is like a signature, unique, comforting, and familiar in a way no other sound is. And this sensitivity extends even into your scent after you're gone. But all of this points to something deeper, something more emotional than just their abilities. Your dog isn't just reading you like a book. They're studying you because you are their whole world. Think about it. You have friends, family, coworkers, the internet, movies, games, a whole life filled with distractions. But for your dog, you are the center of their universe. Every scent you carry, every look you give, every mood you feel, it matters to them. That's why they know so much about you. Because they care on a level most humans can't even understand. And maybe that's the biggest takeaway here. Your dog isn't just a pet. They're an emotional support system, a behavioral analyst, and maybe the best friend you never fully realized you had. They're watching you, yes, but not in a creepy way, in the most loyal, caring, and quietly powerful way. So the next time you catch your dog staring at you, don't just laugh it off. They might be picking up something about you that you haven't even noticed yourself. Maybe you're more stressed than you think. Maybe you're hiding a sadness that hasn't hit you fully yet. Or maybe they just love you so much they don't want to miss a single second of your story. Because to your dog, you are everything. And the more we understand that, the more we might realize something even bigger. Maybe dogs don't just know us better than we think. Maybe they know us better than we know ourselves. So, the next time your dog looks at you like they know something, it's because they probably do. If this gave you a whole new appreciation for your furry best friend, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps way more than you think. And if you want to understand animals on a deeper level, subscribe. We're just getting started. Thanks for watching. And go give your dog a hug. They've earned it.